This is just my experience. But having worked with K through 12th grade students, I'm talking about all grades, my female students are always leaps and bounds ahead of the boys. They usually learn quicker, they work harder, and they're always more mature. They're usually more helpful, and they're more prepared. So many times boys come into my classroom asking for pencils, and one of the girls, here you go, here you go, here you go. And knowing this, I'm still baffled at the fact that there's such a wealth gap in between men and women. It does not make sense. Anytime I ask my girl students to help me with something, they always get it right, and they go the extra mile. They usually help me. They're usually more calculated, they're more organized, they can do 2 or 3 things at one time and do it successfully. And I'm not putting one gender against the next, I'm just telling you my experience as a teacher. Them girls just work harder, man, and it's so sad because they will never get to experience their worth actually being offered to them. They will always have to be coming up the rear or being second fiddle to somebody that ain't nearly as smart as them, somebody that was privileged to get into the circle while they had to work 10 times harder just to get the bare minimum. It really saddens my heart.
We got Zesty Boy here saying the obvious, right? Oh, women are better in school. They're this and that. Well, we all know that. School is built for women. That's what school is meant for. It's not meant for men. But men adjust, and we still get through it. But this is the thing. This is the thing with the internet and why it sabotages women to think things that aren't true. Like, you can't just expect higher pay if you don't bring the same amount of value. You can't expect higher pay because you can organize your notebook, because you can sit behind a desk, because you can sit down and say, yes, sir. Like, what is this guy talking about? This is what's killing society, man. Because I live in one of the most liberal cities, right? So I've seen this. Tons of smart women in this city. Tons of smart men in this city, obviously. So I've seen women get higher paying jobs. Then again, these are office jobs. These are corporate jobs. These are sitting down jobs, which are very important in New York. And it's different. New York is a lot different than the entire world, right? You see how women act. They obey. They're less likely to be a class clown. Men, we're innovative. We take on the higher risk jobs. We go into construction. We go into STEM. We go into riskier professions on average because we choose to. Women don't choose to go into these things. Women choose to go into stuff like fine arts. They major in what? Psychology. In general, girls don't go into higher paying fields because they don't want to. They don't want to go into these fields. That doesn't mean that they get paid less. It's just that's what they're choosing to do. They're choosing to not go into these higher paying fields because obviously it's more stressful. Some of them require more physical strength. Some of them require more innovation, more thinking, more analytical, critical thinking. They don't go into these things. Listening to guys like this on the internet, man, is going to ruin a lot of women, man. You don't make less money than men. Literally, it's illegal. There are a lot of different factors that determine whether someone makes money. They say, oh, men have always been making more than women because men are choosing the higher paying fields, the higher paying professions, the professions that actually change society. Now, I'm not saying that the professions women choose are important, but they're not as important as the professions that change society. Some of the reasons why you're even able to go on the internet, why you're even able to use your Instagram and show off your ass and show off your sexy pictures, why you're even able to have a cell phone, why you're even able to go home and sleep safe at night and have a house over your head. But we don't consider this. We civilize the world to the point where we don't even think about this. We listen to stupid people on the internet that don't know what they're talking about. Gotta call this what it is. This guy's clearly a liberal. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's misleading people. He's misleading the internet. This shit is going viral because obviously feminists are liking it, right? That's why it's going viral. Like, we all know why. They're saying like patriarchy because men are evil. You know, dumb shit in the comments, right? As usual, right? But they don't realize that they're even able to say that comment is because a man created that smartphone, because a man allowed them to have Instagram. But you know, it is what it is, man. It's the world. It's really misleading women. I've dated a few women that have brought this up to me, which is why I'm talking about it. Like, oh, men make more than women. No, we don't. It's just that y'all don't go into hard fields. She was studying some bullshit. Like, I forgot what she was studying. Like, something that's just like, it's not going to make you money. Like, I forgot what it's called, but the highest paying job she could have got with that career was like $70K. Like, you're not going to make more than men if you don't go in and challenge yourself and make and do what men do. If you don't do that, you're not going to make the same amount of money. And it's just reality. It's not that life is unfair, and life is unfair, but that's not the reason why you don't make the same amount of money. It's just your choices. Like, just because I can't sit down and say, yes, I understand, okay, and open up a notebook, what? I don't deserve any money? So if I go out there and change the world and create a fucking building, collaborating with other guys that are going to do the same, I don't deserve to get paid? If I create an invention that's evolutionary because I didn't want to open a notebook and listen to you, I don't deserve as much money, or I don't know how to organize my sheets, or I don't want to sit down and obey you. No, because school is not meant for men. It's meant for women. That's why women dominate college attendance. I wasn't a good student. I had like a B minus average, maybe even a C plus, I think. Yeah, B minus C plus all throughout my life. In high school, I went to one of the best high schools in the country. I had like a C minus D plus average there. It is what it is. But when I got into college, I was like, why am I doing this shit again? I'm like, why am I doing this? Even though the work was ridiculously easy, I had other things in my mind. How to make money, my career goals, what business I was going to start, what I was going to do in the future. It wasn't all just about my economics degree, although I know it was going to be helpful if I were to go into the field of economics or finance and stuff like that. It wasn't the end all be all, because I'm thinking beyond that. I'm thinking bigger. I'm not thinking about just obeying people sitting down at a desk at an office job. But this is what society is telling you. They'll lie to you, and they're lying to women. It's hurting women, man. Like, it's really hurting a lot of women, man. A lot of women think this shit too. You'll see in the comments, they're blowing this shit up. The feminists, like I said, it's really hurting women, man. This feminism is not good for women. It's not good. It only hurts women. Like, it doesn't mean that you can't have goals as a woman and you can't go have a career as a woman and stuff like that. But you have to understand what's real and what's not real. Half of this shit is a lie, and they're telling you lies to feed your ego and make you feel special. It's not true. It's only going to set you up for failure. You have to live in the real world, live in reality. Most people don't want to do that. And you got zesty guys on the internet and blowing up straight through the algorithm. Oh yeah, push him through the algorithm. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, because he can sit down and no. It's a whole bunch of bullshit, indoctrinated bullshit to make you think something that's not true. Like I said, I live in New York, so I know tons of smart women here. By smart, I mean like they got a PhD or something like that, or they went to a good college, maybe a university that's well known. They come here. I don't know about IQ smart, like that's different, right? But I know they're book smart. They can come and they can do work in the office. They're pretty good. They're not lazy in terms of office work. But no, there are tons of those girls there, and they're making bank. They're making 200, 300K. They're making bank. There's no wage gap. We got to get this shit over with. Like I said, I've been talking to a few girls. This is a while ago. This is like a few years ago. And they kept saying a wage gap. I'm like, there's no wage gap. Shit is false. It was a thing years ago because there were certain things. You didn't have as much freedom. Now you have freedom. There's no wage gap. It's just funny, man. People still listen to guys like this on the internet. He's blowing up. He got 50K likes, probably, I don't know how many views, probably millions of views. You got a whole bunch of people like, oh, I agree. You're telling the truth. No, he's not. He's not telling the truth. You people are stupid. You're still listening to this shit. People are dumb, and you're still blaming the patriarchy for your fucking stupid decisions. And it's quite frankly, men are fucking tired of this shit. Like, that's why men are giving up, because they're tired of the bullshit. But if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Jimmy, and I'm out. Peace.